Time is now. We're back to the rhyme. Like, wow, he's back to the rhyme. I'm in the booth, straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, the Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back, back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut, rap. Back to the rhymes. Now is the time. Time to unwind, 'cause back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now is the time. Time to unwind, because it's back to the rhymes. Hang on. Now, I believe that whole other microphone works, but if this one works, oh, it's on. Uh-oh. I think I had that one on, but one of these doesn't work. And I'm going to review this just to see. The first minute might have been not too hot, but it might have been very good. Could have been the best ever. All right. So, making progress. I got this, thanks to my brother, got the quarter to eighth inch. And I saw my stepbrother B today, and he helped me at Best Buy. Thank you, B. Guess I should tell him about my YouTube. He might not be into it, but I forgot to tell him about. Oh man, I meant to tell him about the mix CD or something. Okay, I messed up. Should have told him. Anyway, I'll talk to Mylene, his mother, about it, and hopefully he'll get back to him somehow. So, here's the update. First of all, I don't want that interruption. So, let's go to the list. I'll give you an update. So the most work is happening with the YouTube channel. So I got this quarter to eighth inch uh, little, what do they call it? It's an adapter. I got a quarter to eighth inch adapter. I got another one that's a reverse. It's a eighth to a quarter. I wouldn't have a use for that, but in addition, I got where is it? That's crazy. Where'd my stuff go? Okay, lady. Sure, my daughter messing with my stuff. Whatever. It's not going to be used right now, but I got, in addition, I got a RCA to eighth inch converter. So we can do our 80s music, turntables, put it, stream it into the computer. So very hopeful. Wasn't super, the microphone one's like 20 bucks, and RCA to the eighth inch was $15. So not a huge expense. And I hope it does good things for, I'm thankful it wasn't a huge expense to do some things I was trying to do. I looked at a webcam with B today, and we're just not, think my wife wasn't too enthusiastic about it. And I thought, okay, well, one step at a time. So we're going to stick with the current video quality. We did, however, find some floor lamps that go, like floor to very high, and those are very bright. And we could use that for lighting for this. So I think we could get a huge improvement in lighting without having to get a zoom light. I mean, these lamps are incredible. So I'll try that out most likely next week. So I hope to see an improvement with the lighting next week. And I will play this back and see how the sound was doing. So we can have really an improvement on both sound and lighting all in 1 week, and that would be nice. Um, anything else? So yeah, I'm just gonna see Alex, my coworker, tomorrow, and I mentioned another venue for our. It's like the 80s. It's like the 80s. So that venue. I haven't talked to them, but they invited me to be part of their March Madness bracket. It's pretty chill there. The other place seems like they're a little more set in their ways when it comes to music and things they like motorcycles. So I'm fine with whatever we come up with, but I do want to be well received. And so my hope is that our 80s music will be well received wherever we are able to play it. There's no reason for it not to be well received because we're talking about some good music. Let's see. So Trump's going to thump. Didn't do any major progress, but I see it's getting more plays, so that's good. I think it's up to 375 views, so that's coming along. Bed of Bread Volume 13. And as far as Trump's going to thump, I do need to work on the copyright for the video, and that's my next move. That's a heavy lift for me. I could probably do it all in one sitting. I just have to grind it out. It's not something I'm excited to do. So I probably will work on it. If I don't get to it now, my new schedule is I have only Sundays off. That's terrible. I mean, it's good to be able to, attend virtual church. That's not good, but to, worship is a good thing. But my day is gone. I don't have any discretionary time anymore, hardly. So it really is going to slow down what I'm doing. I'm in the process of talking to someone about doing window cleaning. And if I can do that, I might be able to squeeze, get a few more hours back a week. That would be nice. So we'll see what happens with that. Better Bread, Volume 13. So what we need, Better Bread, Volume 13. What we need with that, I talked to Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. And I did talk to Ethan as well. And thank you, Ethan. What needs to happen is we need to digitally scan. So Aaron's digitally scanning the artwork. I hadn't heard back to him from email or text, so I don't know if he's working on it. I'm gonna have to looks like I have to follow up. Scan it, get it. I mean, hopefully on my email, go to Kinko's and make some digital prints, and then slap it on these CDs, and we're done. And at least we have the physical copy. And Ethan said he'd even donate. I didn't ask for money. He's gonna give me $5. I'm thinking, okay. So I don't know if there should be a connection between that because it's two of those songs are mine, but not all of them. It's just underground type of stuff, so I guess it's fine, but it's like, okay. I mean, I'll put that money back towards the music, of course. I really appreciate him doing that. So yeah, I wasn't planning on giving him a physical one, but he's gonna earn it by stepping up like that. And then if there's any other requests, of course, I will see. I can always burn more. It's just, and I handwrite all the stuff, and that takes some work. But for someone who could appreciate a physical CD with graffiti artwork, that I would be happy to share with anyone who would have an appreciation for that. I certainly do. And what was I gonna? Yeah, that's all I had to share with that. Rules of engagement, nothing to talk to you about that. You will be glorified, nothing to talk to. We did get an announcement that our church, 2 weeks from now, which is Easter Sunday, will be meeting with 40 attendees in person, 40 worshipers, parishioners. That's all I heard. I didn't hear how those are decided. I'm certain there's going to be a lot of rules. They sound excited about it. I can't share in their excitement, frankly. So we'll just see what happens. But if that starts to happen, some of these are more likely. Me having working, so I haven't even hardly been hearing worship songs. I miss them. So we'll get that going again. There'll be ballers, nothing to speak on there. Just that's the funding. That's why I'm looking at getting some time back as a possibility. Not anything I want to change, but I just cannot believe how limited my time is. My Reformation music video, again, if I've seen someone in person, that makes it more likely. And now music, no progress there. Um, Before I move too fast, this is Goodyear Productions. Uh-oh, gotta do it like that. Goodyear Productions. And on to the School Us. So I did talk to someone I've gotten to know fairly well. Her name's Chris. She walks dogs on my route, and she says she's willing to buy one of these. She has a CD collection. She is a music enthusiast. So I'm very thankful for that. It's just funny. I've been talking to her about all kinds of stuff. She gave me a Jason Dean shirt. Everything's cool. It's just I just hadn't, there's so much to talk about. Sometimes I forget to talk about something along these lines. Mention having the CD collection. I'm like, whoa, got to add that to your CD collection. And she's like, yes, I'll do that. So that's cool. I'm very thankful. All right. So at least that's something. It seems like it comes in waves, these CD sales. It's been a bit. Um, but we'll keep moving forward. All right. Oh wow. And I don't have too much to talk about for current events. I haven't been listening to any radio. I'm really tuned out really in terms of a lot of this stuff. Um, so I won't really say much. Um, but I might not be this time 5 months ago on every little thing that's happening. The vaccine thing's interesting. Different people all over the spectrum are questioning whether it's a good idea. So that's good. Good to be aware of what all are quality decisions for yourself, and maybe are not such a good decision. And so I'm just sitting back and checking it out. So let's stay back to the rhymes. I'm gonna finish this song, and then I'm gonna move on to the next song. And I forgot there was one other song, two song ideas, but I'm on to a third that I had thought about, and I might have to go that direction. I'm gonna have to give myself a few seconds to think about that, but let me quickly write the hook on the other page, so I'll just have it. You ain't got nothing. Ain't got nothing to take. I need you. Got nothing to take. All right, so here's the song. Let's do it. By the way, I've listened, as I've shared, the Country Countdown. I get so much from it because if you just turn on the radio and listen to regular music, you're not going to have the interviews with the artists, the thinking behind the song. I mean, you get a lot every week when I listen. I don't listen the whole 4 hours, but I heard like the number two song, Thomas Rhett. Number one song. So number two song is Thomas Rhett. What's your country song? Number one is I love the way God made you, girl. He doesn't don't make mistakes. I can't remember something like that. I can't remember the exact title, but just the songwriting process. I mean, we listen to them. They're professionals for one. They write and write and write and write and write and write and they write. And it's just the nature of the business from when I listen to it. I don't write and write, but I don't have time to. I'm not a full time music person, but I definitely want to put out quality. So I almost wondered if it was like overkill, or you just work on it so much that it doesn't come out good, but maybe that's maybe the method that you just need to go crazy. You could use the term flood the zone with songs, and then out of that, I heard Fitz say it's 1 out of 50, maybe. That's a good one. I'm just gonna have to put out a lot of not so good stuff. So that could be. And as it is now, I'm writing on the fly, and this is like I think the 14th song maybe since I started this, something like that. I don't know how many are could be considered good or not good. Time will tell. We'll see what the music ends up sounding like paired with the lyrics. They do talk about some songs you have more hope, higher hopes or expectations for than others. The Back to the Rhymes theme song should be a good one. Got to have the right music, but that'd be my next single I would make, even if I'm not working on a full album. I was asked about when's your next album. Not exact plan for that. I would love to have that in, let's say, a year or two. That'd be great. But I could create this Back to the Rhymes, just a 30-second intro, something like that. I could work on that conceivably. And of course, I didn't mention the work I'm doing with Alex, my former coworker. We didn't do anything this week. His wife's sick, but we'll get back to it. Ain't got nothing to take. You ain't got nothing to take. Go ahead, get out my face. 'Cause you ain't got nothing to take. Started in this world without a single penny. Coming at me now, scenes I got plenty. The scene has me with my back against the wall. Pseudo authorities was talking about me at roll call. Not small, it's my means they after. This means they trying to make this my last chapter. This means I'm gonna have to do what I have to. It seems they in for the long term. Since I speak up, it's gotta be my turn. But should I be concerned? Have I not yet learned that love for country is dead wrong? We as a people don't deserve to be strong. Since we're to believe it ain't legit, that ain't something I'll ever spit. Only want to spit out what's lukewarm. Ain't got nothing to take. You ain't got nothing to take. Go ahead, get out my face. 'Cause you ain't got nothing to take. Ain't got nothing to take. Ain't got nothing to take. I need you out my face. 'Cause you ain't got nothing to take. Since I'm but a vapor and was just once just dust, should I be concerned with my enemy's gust? Oh, no, not even a bit. I was If I was hung up on it, then they could use it against me constantly. But since I made peace with gain and increase, is it they without sway? It is they without sway. So you see, I'm okay. All they schemes, all they tricks can lead to trial, but all end and in the end I smile, 'cause you ain't got nothing to take. You ain't got nothing to take. I need you out my face. You ain't got nothing to take. Ain't got nothing to take. Ain't got nothing to take. Go ahead, get out my face. You ain't got nothing to take. You ain't got nothing to take. You ain't got nothing to take. And that would be the song. And I had never done the second verse at all. I actually did pretty good on the first verse, I'd say. That was pretty bad on the second verse. But it's there. Maybe I should do it again, but I don't normally do that, so I won't. All right, so that's that song. I think it's good. It's a strong song. I'm not messing up my sound by putting paper over this thing. Maybe I am. Probably am. Okay, so 3 song ideas. What should I do? What do I feel I want to work on? Let me describe the 3 without getting too specific. One, I'd say one's kind of funny. One's pretty serious, and one's kind of creative in terms of the themes. And huh. Okay, it's been a while, but I was kind of planning on that. The other one, the one that I think is kind of creative, and a lot of these things, like I say, they're passing. I don't. I come up with all these ideas that I don't work on. I was asked, because one fellow's been writing a lot, and I could keep writing, but one dude doesn't feel like writing because of how things are now. So everyone reacts to these adversities differently. Um, but let me just say, it's kind of funny, and we'll just go with it. I hope this is a decent pen. I might be making a mistake. Okay, so the name of the song is Black Lives Matter, Signs Matter. That's the name of the song. Black Lives Matter, Signs Matter. And I could have looked up virtue signaling, and even this fellow I was talking to, we're not coming at politics the same way. He's talking about this cancel culture term, which I've never used it personally. But for sure, it shuts down discussion. And a lot of people are thoughtful people. They don't want discussion shut down. But I think for those who are intimidated by things, they kind of need that to be able to shut down discussion because it gets them a way out of having discussion because they can't really hang. So that's what cancel culture is. All right. I'll just keep it straight with my. This is not a good pen at all. I thought I must have used it and I didn't. Don't have another. What a shame. I took a huge risk. I don't know if I used it last week. That's bad, bad, bad. Okay. Now, all right. Sorry about that. This isn't a great pen, but I know it works. It'd be nice to have a designated pen, but I wish I just not that organized, really. All right. So they have that concept of virtue signaling. One, I was training a fella, Shane, good guy. He mentioned, his parents are closer to politically to myself than he is, but he still believes in having thoughtful discussion, which sounds like his parents aren't being too good about that, but we'll wait and see on that. Hopefully, everyone can hear where each person's coming from and not get too uptight. Um, but you mentioned the rescue dog. That was a good one. He says he laughs when somebody says, "Yeah, I got a dog here." Blah blah. I deal with dogs all the time as a mailman, and he said, "Oh, it's a rescue." So that's supposed to give you like some extra points somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe that's somewhere in heaven. God's gonna reward that. Hey, you got a rescue dog. Or maybe he's like, "Oh, you're supposed to get the reaction. Oh, that's a rescue dog." So you talk about a lot of these things. How much of it is coming from the heart, and you're really serious about, you know, that you are making a difference in that dog's life. Absolutely. But there's such a thing as a prayer closet and being humble and that kind of stuff, right? Um, I think about the signs, and they say, well, I had seen way back in the day in this house, we believe, as for me and my household, we shall follow the Lord. Now, scripture, right? I can't quote exactly where. Now, that you could say is not, if you have a big sign about it, maybe I don't know. On the one hand, you shouldn't be ashamed because Jesus be ashamed of you when you go see him open them. So you can't be ashamed. You shouldn't have pride either. So that's a issue to think on and pray on. But they'll have signs that say, as for this household, we believe in water, we believe in all these things, and and then just trying to let the whole neighborhood know or anyone walking by know that that's what the house believes. Okay. But in the end, I've come to realize of all the signs, the one that really matters is the Black Lives Matter signs matter, apparently. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just making an observation because sometimes people rotate their signs, some come, some go. But that seems to be, since the summer, I think that's stayed, there's some that obviously if they're live a, there's any number of people who live a gay lifestyle are very quiet about it, but there's some that are very outward about it. That's not going to change if you're already talking about it. You're not going to stop talking about it. That's your lifestyle. I don't think you'll get on to something else, but that just seems to be the one that gives the people the most warm fuzzies, right? So my whole point of writing something like this is I I mentioned that if you're a believer, all lives matter, right? That's absolutely the fact. And when you get into a setting where you're worshiping God, there's really no place for making distinctions between races and the idea that the, how I mean the history that's sad, right? As Christians, you have churches way back that were segregated. That is repulsive, and so it is really is, but it is what it is. Um, but it still exists. We're still segregating, when you say stuff like that in the context of worship and church. That's church, all right. Um, in the secular world, what matters is, and I've heard this, Dennis Prager, and I've had to take a break because it kills me. Because yeah, I can learn a lot from that guy, but man, gotta, you gotta be consistent, making sense, man. I mean, you're gonna kill me. Anyway, he mentioned that um, I can't remember exactly something along the lines of it's not the depth, it's just saying the right words. It makes you put you in good standing with, we'll just say, the liberal. There's a lot of people who have different political views that really deeply want to do great things and make a huge difference in people's lives. So that cannot be discarded. But what has to be is, what is the deal with making a big deal? In other words, if you take that kind of energy for making a sign, having signs, standing on the corner with signs. I don't know what the folks that, I mean, it's not a lot of people, it's a small percentage of people. And how do you get involved in a community when everyone's supposed to shelter in place? Everyone's supposed to be 6 feet apart, you know? I mean, it just takes my natural instinct is to not whine and complain. My instinct is to get involved, to make a difference in people's lives. And how do you do that? You don't just have a yard sign. That's what I'm saying. And I drove school bus. All the kids were black. The school bus driver, they're young kids. A lot of them don't have a father figure, but they're dying for it, and they're young. I saw that as a great opportunity. I'm not driving the school bus now, but I can see opportunities there, especially when they're really young and open and want to connect. And they're young. They really want to connect. So that's the kind of thing I think about. How do you come alongside someone that is seeking that, and especially in a young age? So I mean, I can write any number of things, um, but let's start by saying it's the signs. It's the sign. Don't you know it's the sign? That should be 2 lines. It's the sign. Don't you know it's the sign? It's the sign. Yeah, I better put that down. Don't you know it's the sign? And I'm signing off. Till next time.